Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Aryantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Airyanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Ojjanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrika Varti Savanam. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam Nityan Dayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Cheva Om Karaya Namo Namah. Namah Samaysaraya Swanubhutya Chakasate Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachye Agnanatimirandhanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavanta Varto Omkaranad Jinano Jayavanta Varto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavanta Varto Ne Tirthachara Jagama Jayavanta Varto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadhane Omkara Sangaryutene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dhvani Divyano Jina Kunda Dhvaniyapya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva achalane anupama gati pamel sarve siddhane vandi kaho sutta kevali bhasita asamaya pravrata are ek suddha sada arupi jnana darshanamay kare kahi anyate maru jari paramanu matra nati are जम नेत्र ते मज ज्ञान नति कारक नति वेदक अरे जाने जकर मोदय निरजरा बंद ते मज मोक्षने ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम श्री शुद्धात्माने नमः Jai Jinendra. Today is January 24, 2018 and Wednesday evening, and we are continuing our discussion on Samaysar Gatha stanza number 13. We started that stanza last week, and now we are going to go in detail about that stanza and see how it works out. This stanza is also one of the important stanza that Gurudev Sri liked a lot, and he put a lot of emphasis on it because it's about the nine reals, nine tattva, and how those nine tattva affects us, and what's the nature of the nine tattva, and behind the nine tattva, behind those nine real, there is an eternal true nature of the self is hiding, and one has to aim for that. Simply knowing nine reals does not mean anything, but knowing the nine reals and then going in detail of nine reals, and then there is the eternal soul substance is hidden within, and so we have to extract that eternal soul substance, and that's the one to put the aim on it. If there is a total ignorant person is there or beginner is there, and then he wants to know who he is. Let's say I'm the total ignorant. Who am I? Then I may say, this house belongs to me. So I am in this house belongs to me. That's me. Car belongs to me. That is mine. So that nobody else is nobody else possesses that car. It's my car. So that kind of thinking to start with. Then it says, okay, so you are within that context of that car or that house or that family. Then you know a little bit more that, well, those things are transient in nature. Car is there today, car may not be there, car may have accident, we don't worry about it as long as we are healthy. So we have kind of loose attachment to that. Okay, so then who am I? I mean, again, the ignorant person is like, who am I? Well, this physical body, this is me. I am Kirit. You are Spriti. And the other people are other people. So this is the way we recognize that soul is hidden in this physical body. Well, we learned some more and said, well, this physical body is also matter particle. And so matter particle is not the soul. So physical body may not be the ideal me. So ideal me is somewhere deeper within. Then it says the material karma, knowledge obscuring karma, perception obscuring karma, obstructing karma, deluding karma, name karma, status karma, feeling karma, etc. karma are me. Because when something happens to me, well, for example, I don't understand the scriptures. I can understand everything else in the life. I can understand everything else in the life, no problem. The domestic life, the my family life, my work life, or my business, everything I know very well. But when it comes to the spirituality, oh, it's too difficult, I don't understand. Because my karma is in the fruition right now. That's what they are making me not to understand all these things. So we can say karma are me. But then again, karma are material particle, they get disposed of and new karma come in and all these things going on. So that's not me. Then I end up doing anger, deceit, ego, greed, etc. state within me, and that is me. I am known because I'm very angry person. I am known because I'm very greedy person. And so those kind of things that I may be known. But again, going detail about it, that anger remains transient, and I'm here before anger was there. After anger is quiet down, I'm still here. Before I'm greedy, I was there. After I'm greedy, I'm still there. So those are transient things. So I'm coming towards me, but still it's not completely me. And then ultimately, I just said, eternal true nature of self is me, which is eternally present. It's my nature. I was never created. I will never be destroyed. It's always there with me. If I'm human being, me as a soul is there. I'm in the hell, a soul is there. I'm in heaven, soul is there. I'm in the animal and plant kingdom, soul is there. And even when I become liberated soul, when I become Siddha Bhagavan, this soul is me, remains there forever, never departs from me. So me is a soul, is a real thing. So from all these things that we talked about, how do I come to the soul? Similarly, now here in this 13th stanza, now Kunkunacharya says, you are not a kid. You have learned a lot. You come up to the 13th stanza. You already understand so many things. So now I'm going to tell you these nine reals, nine tattva, that is occurring in the conscious soul. But conscious soul is also hidden behind that. So understand the nine reals properly and then dig out the eternal true nature of self from within that. So that is this stanza about. So having said that, we will start with the stanza now. I'll share the screen. We quickly go through this stanza, and then, because some of the things we have done, it's a slideshow, correct slide. This is the stanza, so that I'll sing it, then we'll just quickly go through. Buddhateya bigada jiva jivaya purna pavam cha asava samvarani jara bandho mokhoya sammatam. भूतार्थ थी जाने ल जीव अजीव वड़ी पुण्य पाप ने आसर्व संवर निजरा बंध मोक्ष ते सम्यक वचे. What it says, the tattva or the elements or the reals of the path of liberation are soul, non-soul, virtue, sin, influx of karma, stoppage of karma, shading of karma, bondage, and liberation, they comprehend, if they are comprehended from the real point of view, then it amounts to Samyak Darshan. So this is kind of just simply meaning of these two lines over here. Now Gurudev is going to explain those things and tell us what it is. So these are the things we had done it last week. So I'll just, okay, so this part we'll start from here. Now, meaning of the stanza, these two lines that we just saw it, the meaning, what's the meaning of the stanza? Meaning of the stanza says that one considers the 9 real modes of the living being. These living, non-living, virtues, sin, influx, bondage, stoppage, shading, and liberation, they are called 9 reals, 9 tattva. Jeev, ajeev, punya, pap, astra, bandh, samvar, nijra, moksha. So they are 9 reals, they are the modes. And what happens in that one? Grossly speaking, generally speaking, what happens? That living means the mode of the soul is known as living. Remember, over here, we are talking about modes. We are talking about modes. And living means what? Living doesn't mean eternal true nature of self in this stanza. In this stanza particularly, living does not mean eternal soul substance. In the previous stanzas, we just said living means eternal true nature of the self, eternal true nature of the self. No, over here. And that's why each stanza that Kunkunacharya gives, he has a perspective. What perspective he's going to use it? Over here, he is going to use the 9 modes of the living being. And from the 9 modes, he is going to extract the eternal soul substance. The modes are transient in nature. From this transiency of the modes, he is going to extract the eternity which is hiding behind. So that's why living over here means the conscious, natured, all-knower soul substance. Conscious, natured, eternal, all-knower soul substance. That has a modes. Remember in a chapter in Jain Siddhanta, in a basic Jainism class, we just said that a given substance cannot exist without any attributes and modes. If I say this is a substance, means there are attributes and there are modes. If I say this is a substance, if this is a substance called phone, then there are attributes are there, the modes are there. Excuse me. I'm the soul substance. So if I'm the soul substance, then I have the attributes, knowledge, perception, conduct, etc., etc. Attributes are there, infinite attributes are there, and each attribute has its own mode every moment, every samay, every smallest unit of time. So soul has a substance, has a attributes, and has a modes. So over here, living being means soul. Soul has a mode. And soul has a mode. What kind of modes this soul will have it? This soul will have a mode of knowing, perceiving, conducting, being a bliss mode and happiness mode, and all those modes will be there in this living being. In contrast, we see that this is a box. This is the matter particle. What are the attributes for this matter particle? Touch, taste, smell, color. Now, the color has a mode. What kind of color mode we are seeing? We are seeing the black color mode. The touch has a mode which is rough nature, rough mode that I can see from the touch. So this is the non-living matter particle. Living has modes of knowledge, knowing, perceiving, conducting, bliss, and all those modes. they are called living. Remember in the previous stanzas, Kunkunacharya Dev said, living means eternal, true nature of the self, which is present since time infinite, was never created, will never be destroyed, and it is independent, and all those things. That was from the soul substance perspective. Here we are talking soul from the modal perspective. So any living being that you see has a mode, and that mode over here is called living. So that is important to understand. Living being over here is considered as a mode, not as an eternal substance. Okay? Then now we are coming non-living. Now non-living means in the soul's mode, when there is knowledge mode occurring about non-living. Now remember.
Kirit uncle?
Yeah.
Can I just try and say the flip thing?
Yeah.
It says the mode of the soul is known as living.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the body, right?
Yes.
That's, I think, the point you're trying to say.
That's what it is. Remember what we are saying on this, in this bullet over here. One considers nine modes of the living being. So now those modes are occurring in the living being only. The modes are occurring in the living being. So now this matter particles are gone. Media of motion, media of rest, space and time, we are not considering. Only living being. And we want to say what are these nine modes in the living being. So first thing we say, Jiv means living. That's the first real. Nine reals are there, nine elements are there. So first element is living. So living means the mode of the soul, period.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what about a non-living? Non-living means living, the mode of the soul. Of course, we are talking soul's mode. When there is knowledge occurring about non-living. Now, I end up knowing this black kind of box. I end up knowing about this non-living in my mode. So that mode is called non-living. So now over here, first one, let's talk the knowledge mode. The knowledge mode of the soul is known as living. Knowledge mode is known as living here. Now in the non-living, what it says, the same knowledge mode when knows the non-living. Over here, we started with the mode, knowledge mode alone. Nani Paryay, knowledge mode. Over here, what is this knowledge mode knowing? This knowledge mode knows about presence of light over here, presence of computer over here, presence of a cell phone over here, presence of a box over here, presence of Bhagwan's picture. So all those non-living things that knowledge mode ends up knowing, that is called non-living mode. Because
that's like a double.
Yeah.
Double.
Yeah. So first one is knowledge mode alone. And second one, what is this knowledge mode knowing? First one is, for example, first one I was talking about me. Second one, who am I knowing? So that's a non-living, because I end up knowing this box. So I end up knowing. That means soul. It occurred in the soul in about the non-living material. That's why it's called non-living. Now you may say, why to make all this confusion? Because non-living is non-living. Non-living is non-living, but when I'm talking about soul substance, me, this non-living is separate from me. And Kunkunacharya Dev says, this is Samaysar. In Samaysar, I talk only about soul and nothing but the soul. So it's a soul-centric scripture. So in the soul-centric scripture, I want to fix up these 9 modes. How do I fix those 9 modes? First one, this soul is living because it's a mode of the soul is called living. And over here, I can put a knowledge mode because knowledge mode is the one we keep on referring all the time. So knowledge mode in me occurring. So I'm talking from knowledge mode perspective only. That means me. Then comes non-living. Non-living means this knowledge mode knows the non-living. This knowledge mode knows about non-living things. And so that's called, that state is called non-living, right? Then third one comes punya, means auspicious inclination. Means it's a mode of auspiciousness. I think about right now, I think about going to temple. I think about doing devotional activity. I think about reading scripture, everything like that. So those are the auspicious inclination, and that is called the mode of auspiciousness. Again, remember, because we have to fix modes only. So in a 9 reals, how do I fix the mode? So this is the auspicious mode occurring, auspicious inclination occurring in the soul. Then next comes pap, means inauspicious inclination, means mode of the inauspiciousness. Remember the word over here, mode. Everything has to be related with a mode. So mode of the inauspiciousness. That's what is called pap. Then comes inflow. Inflow means this inauspicious and auspicious inclination both combined together is called inflow. So inauspicious inclination mode, auspicious inclination of the mode, and combined together, they are giving one name. So lots of places, it will just not use the word auspicious inclination. It will not use the word inauspicious inclination. It will just say simply inflow, which includes both. So either you tell them separately or you mix them up and you make it as a one only. you can do that way. Then comes bondage. Bondage means this bondage, I have to bring it within myself, within the soul's mode, right? So bondage means inclination of attachment, etc. All this inclination of etc. State has intensity. I have an auspicious inclination of milder form. I have an auspicious inclination of a moderate form. I have an auspicious inclination of intense form. Milder form, let me help somebody. Moderate form, let me go to temple and let me do the Swadhay and devotional song and scriptural reading and those kind of things. It's kind of moderate kind of activities and moderate kind of inclination. And for example, Tirthankar Bhagwan, Mahavir Bhagwan, previously third life, he had intense auspicious inclination. What was that? He realized that his end is coming, his liberation is coming very near. Within within next 2 lives, he is going to get liberated. So then he says, wow, not only me, but why should I not do something in which all universal soul can also get upliftment and benefit and can also get liberated. So that kind of intense inclination, positive inclination. So that intensity is called bondage. Now, for example, on the pop side, we can just talk inauspicious inclination. Well, I dislike something. I don't like. So that is one form of a milder form of inclination. Well, I don't like it, and I'll try to make sure that that thing goes away from me, whether it could be person or situation. So it's a moderate kind of inclination. An intense inclination is I hate this one so much, and I'll make sure that I'll be very happy when they get totally get eliminated. Crazy guy says that those 6 million people are to be killed, and not only to be killed, but they are worth to be killed. So not only killing, but taking, becoming kind of taking a pride out of that hate. That is called intense form of attachment, pap. So now we have intensity, either from the auspiciousness, mild, moderate, severe, or inauspiciousness, mild, moderate, severe, and that is called bondage. That is called bondage. Because that is occurring. Where are these inclinations occurring? They're occurring in me as a soul, in my mode. So that's why it's called bondage. Now, somewhere means stoppage. Stoppage means what? Over here, now, in general, there's, I mean, a general statement is made over here. General statement is say, stoppage across means material karma stop coming to the soul. Sorry. Material karma stop coming to the soul, means material karma keeps on coming to me, influx is coming to me, so this stop coming. That's from the karma perspective. What happens within me? What happens within me as a soul? I have a purity generated in my mode. Remember here, the auspicious inclinations were there, inauspicious inclinations were there. There was intensity of those auspicious, inauspicious inclinations was there. Now, those, because those were impurities. Now, the purity gets generated within me. I bring my attention from it, from the alien objects of the universe. Now I look within me. I'm directing attention to my eternal soul substance, and purity has started. And that is called samva. That mode is called purity mode, beginning of the purity. So that is also mode occurring within me. Then comes nirjara. Nirjara means shading of karma. This is from karma perspective. Whatever karma I have in somewhere, I stop those influx of new karma. But over here now, whatever karma were present within me, they get dissociated from me. But again, we are talking about karma. What happens to me here? Me means the purity which was started in this somewhere, their purity starts increasing by leaps and bounds. Over here in Astra and Bandh, I have an impurity within me, complete impurity. My mode is totally directed to the alien objects of the universe. And not only mode is directed there, but I also take pride on it. I take ownership on those things. This is my thing. In the sense, if somebody comes and try to touch, a kid will touch. No, don't take it. This is mine. So that is my alien objects. I was aiming there. Now, in a somewhere, I directed attention to my eternal soul substance, and I said, "Who am I?" So purity has just started. Impurity starts reducing. My alien attachment starts decreasing now. And then in Nijara, my purity keeps on increasing by leaps and bounds. An impure state keeps on going down and down and down and down. That's a Nijara. And ultimately, moksha means devoid of any material karma associated with the soul. But that's again from karma. What happens to me? I have a complete purity generated in my mode. So now you just see that everywhere living means knowledge mode of the soul is called living. Sorry, Preeti, my internet was a little unstable. So okay, so then let me just bring these slides here. Okay. So first one we said my knowledge mode, that is called living. That knowledge mode ends up knowing non-living. That's why it's called non-living element. Then auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, and both combined together. That's called inflow. And intensity of the auspicious, inauspicious inclination is called bondage. And then over here we said beginning of purity within me, that's a samvar or stoppage of karma. Nirjana means my purity keeps on increasing, and liberation means I'm a complete purity occurring within me. So these are the 9 reals. That is the one Kunkunacharya Dev is going to use in this stanza. This is our basis to start with. Now he is going to say each and every one. How is this?
Can I ask you a question, Uncle, about asara?
Yes.
So can I just try and rephrase it that good and bad things always happen together and that's an inflow?
No, I mean, good and bad. And like, for example, if I have a bad attitude at this point, in next moment, I have a good attitude within me. So it can be different modes occurring that way. I mean, they don't have to be both together, but the pap occurring or punya, but over here instead of and, we can put slash and say or. Pap.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? So
That's fine. Sorry.
on this,
Now I got it.
yeah. So on this basis, now you have to build it up that what is this living mode means. What is this non-living mode? We already described some, but still there is, now he goes and dissects in an extreme microscopic fashion that how actually this mode got originated. And it's a fascinating concept that Kunkunacharya Dev puts forward. And it is the mind-boggling concept. Once we understand that part, then we are so nearer to the eternal soul substance. Because remember, these are modes. These are only modes. And modes means even to know the eternal all-knower soul substance. Mode means nothing. Even though modes are occurring within me, it means nothing. So those are the things that we are going to talk right now. So as long as this concept is clear, now let's move to the next one.
Yep, I feel good.
Good. Okay. In consideration of this 9 real, one takes the following understanding. What is this one now? In transmigratory state, soul has 9 modes of living, non-living, etc. Because I'm a transmigratory state, so I'm the living one. So I have a knowledge mode. Knowledge mode ends up knowing non-living substances, so non-living. Then I have a auspicious, inauspicious inclination, or it's called combined together called inflow. And intensity of those things is called bondage. And purity starting, purity increasing, and purity is completing. So 9 reals are occurring in a transmigratory state. In the sense, even Aryan Bhagwan is called transmigratory soul because he is having karma association. In general, transmigratory state means the soul having association with the karma. So in the transmigration, this occurs. Now, these states are generated. Now, this is very important bullet. These states, all these 9 reals are generated. Now, we are going, this one single mode over here. How is that mode generated? So he's going microscopic dissection right now. And what it says, these states, these 9 states are generated due to soul having intimate relationship with matter, that means material karma. This soul has a mode every moment. Soul has a substance. When substance is there, attributes are there, modes are there. So modes have to be there if this is a substance. And if this is a soul substance, then soul substance having its mode, this is one of the 9 modes, and matter means karma particles over here. They also are called substance because they are substance, they are attributes like touch, taste, smell, color, and if they are attributes, then there are modes. So material karma particle mode. soul's mode. Both are combined together. Both are combined together makes this state of 9 reals. So the first thing we just said mode. In this previous bullet over here, it says modes. That's it. There's a living beings mode. That's it. But that each mode, now we subdivide. Then it says that they are generated because of association with these two guys together. Soul's mode and the matter's mode both get, matter means karma particle fruition, they both get combined together, makes as a one mode, which is called living, non-living, inauspicious inclination, auspicious.
But Kirit uncle,
Yeah.
but if you go back to the previous page, it said living.
Yeah.
It was the modes of a living being. And
Yes.
then if you go forward to the next page,
Yeah.
you have the third one is karma is not living.
No.
So I don't get that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So here, these are the first we understood all the 9 states, 9 modes occurring in the soul substance. We understand. Right. Now,
Right. That we got.
Now, the modes, they are also get associated. So mode is living mode, but because it gets associated with the material karma. So
Okay.
this guy, one of this guy, for example, let's say this guy, we took it for example. So this is the mode, but now I go in that mode right now and say, "Oi, what are you made up of? You are called living mode, but how are you? What are you made of?" Then it says, "You know what? I have 2 subdivisions within me. That subdivision is me, myself, but then karma also has associative relationship. Karma has not entered into the mode, but has associated relationship. It's just like I have a neighbor with me. I live in my house. Neighbor lives in the neighbor's house, but the neighbor is separate from me. But where do I live? I'm the neighbor of Prime Minister. I'm the neighbor of senator. So the senator is separate and you are separate. But so we just made the association. So this mode, when we go deeper and say, "Hey, what is your nature actually?" He says, "You know what? I'm myself, but I have the neighbor with me here. This neighbor is a fruition of the karma." So,
but if you go to the next page,
yes,
the third line,
yeah.
soul having intimate relationship with matter. Okay, then it's fine. I got it.
Yeah.
So it's not 2 living things together. It's actually, you meant to say matter. I missed the word matter.
No problem. No problem. Okay. So they are related to each other. So intimate relationship. Now in this stanza, Kunkunacharya Dev goes and then Gurudev Sri explains in an absolute beautiful way how is this intimate relationship occurred. Remember, it occurred so, the relationship is so close that it appears to be one to us. To the ignorant soul, it appears to be one only. But then you got to go and separate those 2 things. And we are going to work on that separation business in this stanzas. So these states are deluded states of the soul. Remember, for example, medium of motion. Medium of motion is a pure substance, never reacts with anybody else. Its substance is pure, its attributes are pure, and its modes are pure. Medium of rest, substance is pure, attributes are pure, modes are pure. Space, substance is pure, attributes are pure, modes are pure. So all those things are pure. Only soul and matter particle, they have capacity either to be in pure form or they can also be in the impure form. That is one characteristic the soul and matter they have it, and that's why they both react to each other and come to very close association. So these states are diluted states of the soul, means these are the impure state of the soul. Now, modes are transient in nature. Modes are lasting for one moment only, one samay, origination and right away the disintegration. So that occurs so quick, so fast, but it's a mode. It is there, but it's only transient in nature. Who am I? I'm the eternal soul substance. I was never created. I will never be disintegrated. I'm always there forever and ever and ever. When I am there, same way matter is also there. This one, this box has an infinite matter atomic particles came together and came in the form of a box. So this box has an association with the infinite atomic particles. But those atomic particles were never created, will never be destroyed. It just keeps on changing. This is in the form of box today. That will be broken out tomorrow, and then it will be just going into the landfill or whatever. All those things will disintegrate, and then the matter particle will join again with other matter particle, will become some other substance, other major thing like the bigger box or whatever. So those things are occurring. Over here, soul has a modes, matter has a modes, they both react to each other, and that reaction is called diluted state of the soul. Soul has a pure mode, that's its original nature, but when it comes in the association with the karma, then it is called diluting mode. It's called impure mode. Now, I know the question will come in your mind that we also said there that a purity begins and purity increases and purity is completed and all the things. So are they called diluted mode also? Well, they are not called pure mode. And we will come back to that later on. Right now, the 9 reals will be considered as a diluting mode. That's it. Because they are associated with the karma particles. To experience a soul in this state is a wrong faith. To experience the soul in this 9 real form is a wrong state. Means living, non-living, influence of attachment, influence of aversion, or auspicious inclination, inauspicious inclination, inflow, bondage, shading, liberation, all those 9 reals. If I experience the soul in this modal form, there's a wrong faith. Right? I am talking about my own modes, and you are telling me it's a wrong faith because how long the mode lasts? It lasts for one samay. Its existence is for one samay only. By the time I try to look at it, it's gone. So I have the true thing is an eternal, all-knower soul substance, which is there forever and ever and ever. I want to look at it, it's always there. There's a Mount Everest peak, and there are clouds on top of the peak. Clouds are transient in nature, but the Mount Everest will be permanent forever. So if I want to make the faith, where will I put the faith? Not on those transient clouds, but I will put my attention to the peak, which is there forever. Eternal soul substance is there forever. So if I want to do anything, my relationship has to be, my attention has to be with the eternal soul substance only. So this is the modal state is a wrong faith. We already saw that one in the previous stanzas. The modal state, whenever it is, it's a wrong faith. The real faith, will be to put the attention to the eternal true nature of the all-knower soul substance, which was never created, will never be disintegrating. That faith I bring it, and that's the one called Samyak Darshan, that's the one called right faith, that's called enlightenment and whatever. Stop at sharing liberations are considered from the karma perspective. Now, question arose in your mind that over here we said these states are called deluding state over here. Now, okay, these are things up to here I can understand. These 6 things I can understand, but over here there's a purity occurred. The purity increased and purity got completed. You call that as a kind of transient state and also deluding state type of situation? Or if I put my attention to this beginning of purity, is it wrong? If I pay attention to my increasing of purity within me, is it wrong? Or if I look at it, my complete pure state, is it wrong? That's a question we have to ask in our mind. These are the things on these 2 columns I can understand, but the Samvar, Nijra, Moksha, and you are telling me that they are modes and they are considered from the karma perspective. They are considered because over here, what did we say? That a mode occurring within me and karma, they have close relationship. Now here, stoppage means material karma stop coming to me. Shading means my material karma starts shading from me. Liberation means my material karma completely got liberated from me. So what is my relationship with karma particle here? They are going away. They are going progressively from stoppage to shading to liberation. So they are going away. So why you are saying that there is a karma perspective? Now, we just talk about that principal cause, auxiliary cause relation. Means when I, as a soul, do any activity, I did the activity of knowing. I'm doing activity of knowing, and then this becomes object for my knowledge. This becomes an object for my knowledge. I am doing knowing action, but these guys are acting as a secondary cause. I am the principal cause. They are the secondary cause. And this principal cause, secondary cause relationship is called nimit, naimithic sambandh. Means nimit means secondary object. Naimithic means I'm as a primary object, a primary thing. So me as a primary thing, they as a secondary thing, and they both are related, and that's why the knowing occurred. So karma relationship, now over here we are saying this about material particle. If material particle, we go in extreme finer state, that's called karma particle. Karma fruition occurs with me. Karma fruition occurred right now, and I become angry. Karma fruition occurred and I become a deceitful state. Karma fruition occurred and I become greedy. So these are very closely associated. Karma fruition occurring and I am getting anger, deceit, ego, greed. Karma fruition occurring and I'm getting anger, ego, deceit, greed. Means the karma are present as an instrumental cause. For fish to swim, fish is swimming with his own capacity. But water is a vehicle. Water is an instrumental cause for fish to swim. What did water do to the fish? Tell me. Water is water, fish is fish, fish is doing its own work of swimming, and water is providing vehicle. Water's temperature didn't go up, water's temperature didn't go down, water's volume didn't go up, water's volume didn't go down. Water remains water is a water, that's it. But water's presence is important for fish to swim, but that presence is also called instrumental cause. Its presence is there, but does not take part in the reaction. Same water. If water is the reason for swimming, then I put the rock in that water. Why does the rock sink? Because the rock has a property to sink, and water becomes vehicle for that rock. Water's presence is important for sinking, but water did not do anything. Similarly, karma fruition here is an instrumental cause, and I become anger, deceit, ego, greed within me. This thing happened within me, myself, primary reaction occurred within me. These guys, this karma fruition simply acted as an instrumental cause. The presence is important, but they don't do anything to the soul. Soul by itself end up doing anger, deceit, ego, greed state. For example, let's say that you have small kids in the house, and they always come back from the school and they keep on fighting and all kind of things. And you come back from work and you are extremely tired and everything, and you lose your cool and you start screaming, for example. So kids fighting is an instrumental cause, and I'm losing my cool and becoming angry is because of me. Why? For example, tomorrow I'm coming home with some guest, important guest, and these kids are same thing, they're fighting. Now, am I going to show my anger in front of this extremely important guest? No. What I'm going to say, kids, please go in the other room, go to your room, take the candy and everything. Please be quiet. So, yesterday I came, I become angry. Today I came, I remain cool. Kids are there. They are making fun. They are making mischief. They are fighting. But me, I acted in the form of anger yesterday, and I acted cool today, because instrumental cause is present, but action occurs within me with my choice. So here, stoppage, I mean, when there is a auspicious inclination, means auspicious karma coming to fruition. Inauspicious inclination means inauspicious karma coming in fruition. Over here, stoppage, there is karma is not present. Karma is shading away. Karma is totally gone in liberation. So what happened here? So how did karma acted as an instrumental cause in these last three things? Stoppage, shading, and liberation. How come karma acts as instrumental cause when they are going away? Now, the fun begins here. The instrumental cause can be present in the form of having those things actually be there, or instrumental cause can be there even in absence of that particular thing. Once again, instrumental cause in any situation can be considered as having presence. Karma fruition is present. So that's a presence of karma fruition is there. But absence of karma fruition can also act as instrumental cause. This is kind of a definition which is a very, very critical and very microscopic. We have to understand. So instrumental cause means what? The instrumental cause has to be present during a reaction. Instrumental cause can also be present in the form of absence in the action occurring in the principal object. I'm the soul. I have started purity within me, purity in my mode. Purity occurred in my mode. Associative relationship with the karma in the form of not being present. Associative things has to be present, but not being present is also called instrumental cause. So, for example, moksha over here, liberation. Liberation means I have a pure mode. Word mode is very important. Pure mode, I have it, and at that time, karma is supposed to have relationship in the form of being absent. Karma acts, the karma is absent, and that absence of karma acts as instrumental cause. So instrumental cause could be presence of it or absence of it. It's a concept we have to digest. It takes time. It will be okay. As we progress further, we'll be able to understand that part. Instrumental, this is the principal cause. Soul is doing all the action and everything. So karma fruition is acting as an instrumental cause. Karma fruition's presence acts as instrumental cause, or karma fruition's absence occurs as an instrumental cause also. Presence or absence of karma fruition is considered as instrumental cause. Over here, why to make it so complicated? Because we have to maintain independence of the soul. I did the auspicious inclination mode by myself. Karma fruition was present. I myself created inauspicious inclination mode. Karma fruition was present as an instrumental cause. I started purity within me, in the sense my attention was directed to alien object. Now I brought my attention to the self, eternal soul, and purity started. At that time, absence of karma acted as an instrumental cause. I complete purity. Let me rephrase. When I bring my attention to the eternal soul substance, my faith, which is directed to the alien objects of the universe, now I bring the attention to myself, and then the purity is generated, which is called Samyak Darshan. And at that time, proportionately to this purity, that many absence of karma fruition will be acting as an instrumental cause. When my purity starts increasing, my purity starts increasing by leaps and bounds. As much as purity increases, impurity decreases, and so my karma fruition also becomes less intensely available. It will be less amount of karma fruition will be present. So absence of karma fruition, that's what I mean. We are talking. When there is a complete purity in the mode occurs, which is called liberation from the soul's perspective, then from karma perspective, all these karma particles get liberated from the soul substance. And that means absence of karma particles fruition is considered as instrumental cause. So this is an extreme microscopic point to understand, and that when if you didn't understand, ask question, because that's the one to understand, because a lot more thing will be coming in this fashion again and again. Presence of karma also acts as an instrumental cause, and absence of karma can also act as an instrumental cause, because it's a mode. In mode, there is always instrumental cause present. In any given mode, whether it's a mode of the matter particle or mode of the soul, both any mode means instrumental cause we have to denote. And so that instrumental cause could be in the presence of it or absence of it. Does it make sense?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, so that's what we are talking. So this is very important. Now, 9 reals are considered from mode of the soul only. Remember at the very first slide we just said all the 9 real from the mode of the soul's perspective only. Auspicious, inauspicious, influence, bondage are impure mode of the soul. They are called impure mode. And stoppage, shading, and liberation are called pure modes of the soul. All 9 reals are the mode of the soul. When we say 9 tattva, anybody saying 9 tattva, That means they are the modes of the soul. Now, you go out into the community, Jain community, in a Jain gathering, and ask anybody, what is samvar means? Means a stoppage of karma. A stoppage means what? There are 9 reals are there, and out of 9 reals, there is one real called, or 9 tattva, let's put it. 9 tattva are there, and the one tattva is called samvar tattva. What does samvar tattva mean? What does samvar tattva mean? 9 out of 10, I can assure you, 9 out of 10 will say stoppage of karma. Karma, they don't come to the soul. That's called samvar. Stoppage of karma is called samvar. Nijra means shading of karma. Liberation, all the karma gone. That's what they will say. But that is from the answer, from the perspective, from the karma perspective you give. What happened to the soul at the time? I'm the soul. I'm the soul centric. Everything I have to talk from the soul perspective. What is happening in the soul at the time? Karma, they do their own business. They want to come, they want to get shaded off, they want to get liberated. I don't care about them because they're karma, they're matter particles. Who cares what my neighbor does? Neighbor can be remain drunk all the time, or neighbor can be in meditative posture for all the time. What difference does it make to me? That's a pure neighbor. I don't care about neighbor. I care for myself. So, what happens in somewhere in the soul? So soul says in somewhere means in a stoppage, I have purity got generated within me. That's called somewhere. Nijra, shading, I have purity increased within me. Liberation, I have complete purity state, serene state, pure state, no karma attached to the soul at all. Siddha Bhagwan. So that is the, we have to talk everything from soul's perspective. Everything is soul centric. Everything associated things are there. Sure, I want to go from New Jersey to Manhattan. My aim is Manhattan. Whatever the particular place I want to go. But for that thing, I have to come out and sit down in the car. Go in the garage, sit in the car, start the car, go to the train station, leave my car there, go in the train, whatever. Ultimate aim is to reach that aim where I'm supposed to go. All middle things will happen. Driving car, putting the car at the car lot and everything, sitting in the, all those things will happen, but they are secondary things. So here, 9 real means me as a soul, me as a soul, me as a soul. I am, that what happens, whenever we talk, what happens in the soul, that's all we have to think about it. Everything else becomes secondary. So this, if we understand that part, doesn't mean that I did not sit in the car, I did not leave my car in the car lot, I did not sit down in the train, I did not, whatever. So those things happen. But ultimate, my aim is to reach a particular destination. Over here, when we talk 9 reals from the soul's perspective. Who am I? What's happening within me? Stoppage means what? What happens to the soul in the stoppage means purity has started. Shading means purity has increased. Liberation means purity is completed. At the time, karma stopped coming, started shading, and karma disappeared. But the karma perspective, it's not my job, it's a karma's job. For example, there's a darkness. I'm talking about darkness. It's too dark, too dark, too dark. There's one way of saying, or other way of saying, absence of light. If I'm talking from light's perspective, then absence of light is called darkness. If I'm talking for darkness perspective, the presence of darkness is important for me. What is important for me? I have to have light as an important thing. I have to soul as an important thing. So when the soul is present, when the soul has a purity gets generated, then automatically karma stop coming to the soul. We don't have to stop karma to come to the soul. It happens automatically. When there is a dark room, I'm there and I put the switch on. I don't have to remove darkness. Darkness automatically disappears. So I don't have to make any effort to remove the darkness per se. My aim has to be knowledge of light. When I have a right knowledge, my knowledge is there, then ignorance gets disappeared. The karma particle becomes secondary. They can do their own job. I don't have to worry about it. So rather than putting attention to the karma particle, I have to put my attention to the eternal soul substance. That is me. Means I have to be soul centric all the time, continuously. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What's my nature? Where I am? I'm doing auspicious inclination. I'm doing inauspicious inclination. That is my weakness. I just bring the attention to my eternal soul substance. That is my personal effort. My purity starts increasing. That's my perspective. That's my effort. I have complete purity within me. That's my perspective. That's my effort. So everything has to be soul-centric. Everything secondary things, they do their own work. We don't have to pay attention to them. People will say, let me remove this karma, let me do this karma. Why karma? They are the matter particle. They are your neighbor. Why you're worrying about your neighbor? You don't know about it. You don't want to clean your house and you're worrying about your neighbor. Why do you want to do that? So those are the things you have to keep in mind. These modes are separate from the eternal. Now, this is very important bullet coming. This mode, 9 real mode occurring in the soul substance. So first what we did, we separated from ourselves from the neighbor. Neighbor is neighbor and I'm here. I don't have to worry about neighbor. I want to throw the neighbor out. I make lots of noise. Neighbor, I don't have to tell neighbor to, I make lots of noise. He will go. Or I have to be so good, neighbor will automatically come to me. I don't have to invite them. They will get attracted to me. So separating 6 substances from me, that's what we did so far. Now when I come in my own home, I come into the soul substance. In the soul substance, when I enter, what are the things in the soul substance? There are soul substance, attributes, and modes are present. What is most important out of soul substance, attribute, and modes? Then it says eternal true nature of the soul is most important. So that should be my ultimate aim, to look at it. So my aim is to look at the eternal true nature of the self when I'm entering within me. When I'm talking from other perspective, then I have to separate them from me. For example, where is my house? Well, if you come on a 12th street, there are several houses are there. On the left side, houses are there. On the right side, houses are there. And on the right side, when you come, then the number 14853 is a number for my house, separate from the neighbor's house. Okay, now that I came into this house, what is most important thing in the house? Where is the most important thing lying in the house? Well, I would like to have the money. I would like to have ornaments. I would like to see the diamonds and everything. Where are those things? So when I enter the house, I make everything secondary. I don't look at the bathroom. I don't look at the bedroom. I don't look at the living room. I just go to the place where the real thing is lying. Where is the vault? Where is the safe deposit vault? And that is the one ultimately is important for me. Similarly, over here, when we are talking 9 real, then I'm separate from all the all the objects of the universe and everything, all the matter particles separate from me and everything. Now, when I enter within me as a soul, what is important in the soul? Eternal, all-knower, soul substance is important for me. That's where my aim has to be. Modes are there, but modes are also to be made secondary right now. And my attention has to go to the eternal source of time. To make modes secondary, first I have to know what those modes are. I have to know the nature of those modes and everything. So first I will learn what is the nature of those modes. How are all these 9 modes are generated? Once I know that part, then I say, that's not my nature. That's not myself. Myself is the hidden part behind eternal soul substance is the hidden part. That's the one, that's what I want to have it. So now I'll take my attention away from the 9 reals and go to the eternal soul substance. Okay. So here I think we are going to stop, and then we will just we'll start with next week we'll start completing the subject. Any questions so far?
Nope, I loved today's lecture. It was good.
That's I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, because these are the important thing that these are the nitty-gritty basic things, and that will open up the avenues for us to know the nature of the soul. I want to have Samyak Darshan. This life is only important. Human life is so important, and so rare. So rarity is described everywhere. If you just go, they will just say, oh, human life is very rare, very precious, and very rare and everything. What is that rare means? I mean, the literature keeps on saying certain words, but what does that rarity mean? How do I fathom that rarity things? Then to answer that, a simile is given in the literature that you go in the one end of the Pacific Ocean. Let's presume Japan, for example. And you are the other person is standing on the other end of the Pacific Ocean, let's say in California. From Japan side of the ocean, you throw one needle. And from the California side of the ocean, you throw one thread. Now, can this thread from this end, is it possible that it can pass through the needle of the eye of the needle, and this thread can pass through the eye of the, is it possible? And you may say, are you kidding? It's impossible. Literature says, again, that possibly is possible. Rarely it can happen. To get the human life again is a rarity of that rare thing. Now it just opens up eyes in front of us and say, wow, wait a second. Am I that important? Yes. Can I put all my efforts in the right direction? Yes. Can I do all this thing in this life? Yes. So for that thing, we have to understand. So that's understanding we are doing. Once we understand, then it is but natural that we will know it. I'm going to work today and I put the Google map and everything and says, don't take freeway. Why? Because there is accident. If I know that part, then automatically I'll take the street and then go to work. So knowing is important, then action becomes secondary. Action automatically follows. So if I know that I have the rare gem within me, and I have to work with that thing and obtain the pure, right faith, it's all possible. I can make it. I can make it. I can make it. That kind of attitude, I have to have it. Okay. Any questions? If not, then we'll do closing.
I'm good.
Okay, we'll do closing then. Javani ke gyan se suje lokalo, sovani mastakan namo sada deta hundo. 9 times namo ka mantra. Mitchell Vikram, thank you.
Vikram.
And
Thank you, Jayjananda.
yeah, and I'm in Mangalatan, and I'm getting so much information and learning, and from the super experts, and I can't show how happy I am, because it's amazing amount of learning I'm doing, and so many concepts gets cleared and everything. It's just amazing. That's really great, you know.
Dear
Anyway,
Uncle, my friend and I we're leaving on the 15th of February. We're gonna go first to Sharan Milgora, and then we're gonna go to Mulburdhi. So our plans are.
are you planning to come to Mangalatan?
I don't know where that is.
Well, it's in Uttar Pradesh, UP, and you can get either train from Bombay or plane from Bombay to Delhi. And if you're planning that one, I can arrange for your transfer from New Delhi to come to over here, or if you're coming in train, I can have the arrangements made so that they can come and pick you up. You can stay here. I'll tell them. They'll do a great job for you. You know, you will love it.
Thank you. Let me see. Thank you. Let me see what I can do. I'm only going to be there for 2 weeks.
I know.
And the first week is going to